Flock, flock. Hey. Sorry.
Nah.
Listen,
You were going somewhere in the beginning.
I was going somewhere, but I had to really back in.
Yeah, your soft side kicked in.
Yeah. Speaking of soft side,
Well,
I'm working on this thing.
Okay.
And for my listeners out there, if you guys have tips on how I can be more feminine, call me 678-439-7419. But I'm trying to embrace my softer side. Like,
Okay.
I'm good at being hard, but you cannot go through life just being like that. And then a lot of times in life when we're in survival mode and we don't trust anybody around us, we get stuck in this grrr phase. But lately I've been feeling like the people around me I believe I trust.
For sure.
So I don't feel a need to be as guarded, you know what I'm saying? So that's just something I'm working on this year. I'm just doing a lot of introspection and just working on Chelsea.
Okay. Yeah, let's get a hot sport.
What the? No. I'm working on that, man. But yeah.
Nah, for real. I think that's dope. I feel like not only, you yourself being a woman, but us fellas, we gotta learn to lighten up too.
Yeah.
Sometimes we be so, as my boy Kentley would say, gang banging on bacon early in the morning that we don't realize we ain't gotta do that all the time.
He say what?
Gang banging on bacon. Early in the morning.
I would never let that leave my mind. You gang banging on bacon, huh? Okay, all right, okay, I see you.
You want it fried?
You want it fried, guys, inside, turkey, bacon, and pork. We all pork.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, you're right. And I mean, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I was telling them, I was like, I didn't realize, like, I be fighting with my sword all day.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my last situations, that was one of the comments made to me, like, you grrr. Now, he didn't do it the right way, but now I'm like, am I leaving work at work?
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to do that as a business owner because I am my work. My brain is our business. So how do you learn to kind of put it to the side, but still function in a space? So I'm trying to find that balance, for myself to, yes, I'm home thinking about it, but am I able to, if I was in a relationship, would I know how to turn it off and not be Radio Chelsea Speaks and just be Chelsea?
I don't know. I'm guilty of that. I ain't even gonna hold you.
It's a real thing.
The only way I can just be me without being everything that I'm already is, my phone gotta be dead. I'm just gonna be real because somewhere in the day, somebody gonna call me, somebody gonna text me, somebody gonna send me a DM.
Yeah.
Something like people don't realize when you're in charge, this is an on-call job. All day long.
Yeah.
It could be 1 something in the morning, somebody about to call you with something, and if it's pertaining to business, you have to jump on it because you're the head. You're in charge.
Very much so.
So, I think a lot of that has to do with, one, the people that we choose, and they also have to understand the responsibilities that we deal with on the day-to-day.
That's it right there. Having that understanding of what other people are dealing with. Like I've always said, we are living in we're in an era where people are so self-aware that they're not aware of others.
Facts.
And that's the reason why we're going through all this violence and things. Like, people are hurting. And they're not realizing other people are hurting too. So, love on somebody today, man. Love on somebody today for real. Somebody. Speaking of love, we gotta say happy birthday to LaRon of the mail room.
Okay.
Happy birthday. Big Capricorn energy for him. So, happy birthday. Love those Capricorns. Yeah.
I've been through it.
You don't like a Capricorn?
December and January. January was the worst.
That's how I feel about, let me be specific to Sean, male Sagittariuses. I can't stand male don't leave your Sagittarius away from me.
And you know what's crazy? What? My daughter's a Sag and I can relate.
The women Sagittariuses I love. I love the women Sagittariuses. Oh, we got a caller coming in. Wait a minute. Okay. Hey. It's early on Friday morning. 101 TKO Radio caller, you're on the line. Who we got?
Hey, y'all.
Hey, what's going on this Friday morning?
Hey, it's the quiz, y'all. So y'all talking about love.
Yes.
I want to tell my husband,
Ooh. Oh, congratulations. Happy anniversary. Tell me this. Tell me 3 things you love about your husband the most.
Ooh, 3 things that I love about my husband the most. Outside of him getting on my nerves. No, you know what? Duke has a very good personality. It's the balance. When I'm stressed, and Duke is like this gonna all come together. So
Mm-hmm.
he makes me laugh, and he is very affectionate. Because you don't find a lot of affection.
Absolutely.
So that's what I love. So shout out to Duke. Happy 3-year anniversary.
Oh, thank you. We love y'all. Happy anniversary, man. And make sure you stay on the menu tonight. You know what I'm saying? Goodbye. Okay. Shout out to my girl, Classic and
But you heard what
man.
she said, though, right? He's affectionate.
He's affectionate.
And when we be gangbanging on bacon,
you got to be affectionate.
We got to be affectionate.
You got to be sipping on the grits.
Now that's a new one. Sipping on the grits.
Okay.
But if that thing hot, though, you can't.
You can't outbreathe. Man. Shout out. I love the love in the air. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that a lot of women, a lot of us, and men too, are saying there's nobody to date out here. But for me personally, I just refuse to stop believing in love. Like, I feel like you attract what you are, and it may not come right now.
Thanks.
But love comes in many forms. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's friendships, other types of bonds. And I feel like for those out there who are discouraged for your dating, I get it. I get like that too. But I'm just learning to love myself in such a way that it's opening up my heart to learn to love other people and be kinder and softer and more patient. So, man, you know, love don't always have to be, you know, romantic for your life to be full.
Facts. I mean,
look at white people; they love their pets.
I was just about to say that. I'm glad you can see reading my mind.
They be happy, little jogging,
you know what I'm saying? Riding in the front seat.
Exactly.
Like,
so
you just gotta love yourself first. You love yourself first, then you'll be able to know how to accept love from others. When it's proper love, not that toxic love.
Not that you love God.
Yes.
Love yourself.
Yes.
And love others.
Yes.
And you know what I've been doing lately? I've been having this really, like, I don't know. I guess I'm going. I don't know if it's the yoga or what. And yesterday I started my body sculpting back yesterday, so I went back and had my body sculpted.
Hold on, what that means?
Shout out to my girl Tanisha Tracy for getting me in yesterday.
So what you mean?
Okay, so and Nelly knows.
Okay, tell
when
me.
I start my body work, that's when you know I'm finna look if you buck. So I do laser lipo cavitation, skin tightening, wood therapy. So what it is basically you drink a lot of water.
Hold on, you can't just let that slide. What is wood therapy?
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
So these are all ways to get your body in shape the way you want it to. It's all called body sculpting. Shout out to Sculpted by Tracy. So yesterday, I went and I had my session. I got laser lipo cavitation, skin tightening, wood therapy. So wood therapy, well, basically the whole procedure is you drink a lot of water and you get a massage, a lymphatic massage, which she kind of massages your stomach, and that forces you to urinate all the water and all the liquid, most of the liquid out of your body. Okay. And then she takes an infrared laser light, like how mommies get ultrasounds in their stomach, and she puts like a gel over you, and what it does,
cold gel.
And it targets the fat cells and it breaks them down, so I pee them out.
Oh, that's dope.
So I normally when I start back doing it, that's when I'm about to get my body back all the way right. And then she puts this cream on my stomach, and she does saran wrap, the plastic wrap.
I told you.
And then I wear it for like 8 hours. I had it on from like 11:30 to like maybe 8:30 last night.
Yes.
But see, I like my waist trainer because, you know, leaning, I have back problems sometimes, so it actually
straighten your back.
Yeah, it feels good for me to do that. So I've been on my whole, you know, my health thing, man.
That's what I'm talking about. See, for everybody out there, let's get some hand claps for that. You know, because I tried to get a lot of women that I used to work with, especially in the warehouse industry. We got unlimited shrink wrap. Use the shrink wrap.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
You don't have to go spend $100 on all these different things out there. Just get some shrink wrap.
And I didn't believe it worked, but for those out there who've never tried the shrink wrap, the reason it works is not because it does something, gives you some magical body, but what happens is it pushes your body, it contracts it into a position. If you hold it in there long enough and you work out, then your body will naturally start to shape. So like when I took my waist trainer off last night, like I could see my curves. So ladies out there, don't be discouraged. It's still top of the new year, still time to get your mind, your body right. I'm actually, matter of fact, Jordy, can you look and see if there are any available yoga classes tonight for me? I'm like a yoga fiend at this point in my life, so yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. See, I gotta add on to that my testimony.
Come on with it now, Ray.
Now I ain't never been a big guy.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? But when my BM had my daughter, she kind of like blew up in weight, right? Now, in my opinion, you know, we from the South. You know what I'm saying? We like some meat on our bones. But she wasn't really too fond of all that. So when she tried to shrink wrap, this is before, all these different new techniques that could be done to make a woman look fabulous and amazing in her own manner. All we had was the shrink wrap. And she literally would wear that shrink wrap from the time I leave to go to work at 6 a.m. to the time I come home at 7 p.m. And like you said, it helps curve the body.
Yes.
It knocks off all that excess water weight on you. And it's free.
Yeah.
It's free. She wasn't doing nothing but just, being a mom, because at the time I was in a great financial position where I told her, you ain't got to work.
Yeah.
I'm going to go work. You stay at home with the baby.
Lord, can you send me one of those? Didn't make them anymore.
Times are different now, 2014 and 2023. It's a whole different epidemic.
It's different. It's different.
You know what I'm saying? But I agree, though. I think all women should really embrace their body and, just be fabulous in your own shape and size. Don't try to compete with nobody, because us men, y'all think we want them Instagram models.
Y'all want the women that's real.
Exactly. That's just a trophy. You just look good out in public. When I come home and I lay it down and I want to lay it down,
I'm telling you,
that's not who I want to lay it down with.
Big facts. So challenge to all my ladies out there this weekend that are listening, and my men, I want you to go stand in front of a mirror naked and just appreciate your body. Just appreciate it.
Okay.
Yesterday I did walk by. I said, "What? Who is that?"
I wasn't ready for that.
I was like, "What is that, man?" We'll be back in a minute. Give us some of y'all favorite self-care tips for loving yourself in the new year. We'll be back in just a minute on 101 TKO Radio. Gang.
That's why England's going.
Black Privilege Experience. Shout out to Playbook Investment Group as well. One of our new sponsors. Shout out to Tashawn for locking in that client yesterday. So shout out to KJ. He'll be on her show tomorrow. Playbook Investments. Listen, we making better financial decisions after January 31st.
Yes.
After
the
I'm
31st.
gonna get January to mess up a little bit.
We gotta get these bills. Gotta get caught back up. Y'all know Christmas really hits.
Notice I said, listen, I can't give you January, but I give you February though.
Yeah, February. Good
you gotta be patient with yourself, man. But listen, we got some national holidays.
Okay, what we
We gotta talk about, and then we gotta talk about my crazy dating experience.
Okay.
And whoever called, please feel free to call us in 678-439-7419. I don't know what you're gonna say. If you got a birthday, anniversary, you know, I don't know what that's gonna be. But yeah, today's national holidays are. Today is National Make Your Dream Come True Day.
Oh.
I love it. What dreams are you making come true?
I was gonna ask you that. So now that you asked me that, I'm like, my dream coming true and just be peace and prosperity.
Okay, we'll take that.
You know, I'm
Okay.
older now, so before I used to
You
want
42 now?
Man, I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? I make it look good. I make it look good.
KT don't want to be one of them old men that's like trying to give knowledge. Like, I only asked you where's the store on the left. It is on the left, but what's in store in your mind? It means more than buying bread at the store, young man. We're like, Nick, can you just tell me what a store is, please?
Mind you, I'm still dressing like I'm young, so they're gonna be confused. Like, what's up with I hate when they do that.
Well, I mean, sometimes unfortunately, we look young and old at the same time.
So how you gonna feel? You go to the store and the young man be like, "Oh, my bad, auntie."
Yeah, you're bad, wasn't it?
Exactly. You see your reaction?
Yes, sir. You're darn skippy. You're bad.
Like, I'm not Like I'm cool with Big Bro. They make me feel extra old. Like I got gray hairs. I don't even have no gray hairs. Okay.
You gonna be an Uncle Daddy.
Not an Uncle Daddy.
Shout out to everybody who watch Claus. Everybody laughing when I brought up the term Uncle Daddy.
And you know what's funny? I got my uncle shirt on.
Lord, Uncle Daddy. Shout out to KT, aka Uncle Daddy. Cause you is a daddy now.
Yeah, and I am an uncle.
You is an uncle.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just not that old.
Shout out to all my Uncle Daddies out there. I'm saying, like, before you get a zaddy, you probably want an Uncle Daddy.
You think so?
I think so.
But see, I like the terminology, like if a lady call me zaddy. Don't call me daddy. You already got a daddy.
I don't know why I don't like calling me a zaddy.
Is it the Z part for you?
I like babe.
I mean, I'm talking about when it's time for it to get.
It ain't been that way in so long. I don't know what I was saying.
Light bill.
I'm 23, I'm a virgin. Like, am I? Yeah. This is why I put on the side. But look, we got some national holidays. You ready? Look at this one. Today is National Blame Someone Else Day.
Well, there you go. We gonna blame somebody else.
I'm blaming all my personalities for the reason why I'm not a millionaire yet.
Man, I'm blaming all my exes.
Listen, if you want to blame somebody for something today, if you want to free yourself, today is the day you can call in and tell us what you want to do. So if you want to call and blame somebody on air today, 678-439-7419. Put the blame on somebody else today.
I'm telling you.
Give yourself a break.
I think I wish I just want to walk out the room.
Advice number one.
Walk out the room and call back and then call y'all and tell you who
I'm blaming. You know what I'm saying? We want a little toxic energy today.
Ooh.
No, that was funny.
Toxic energy.
Yeah, that'd be good. Anyway, listen.
Yes.
Today is also National. Which one I want to say? Gluten-free Day.
That's like no Jello, right?
Like gluten's like the stuff they. Hey, somebody call me and give me this gluten-free. I'm writing that on.
It's like the non pork type stuff.
Jordy, what's gluten?
It's like, pasta.
Processed.
Yeah.
Can somebody call me and tell me what's gluten-free? I forgot. I know, but right now my brain is just not. And then last but not least, today is also what we got. National Quitters Day. Shout out to all the people that I let go at 101 TKO, your quitters.
I'm telling you, Chelsea on the road this morning, y'all. She on the road. It's a marathon right now, okay? Y'all have to be sitting next to her to feel
I'm
the
running.
energy.
Shout out to all my quitters. You guys suck.
Yeah.
I'm just playing, man.
Hey, shout out to all the women that quitted on me.
Yeah, shout out to the men that quitted on me. Because you know what? It would not have made me the woman that I am today.
Come on now.
And why would y'all think it is important to know when it's time to quit something. Like, you know, we always talk about seasons and reasons in our lives. For real, all jokes aside, it's important to know when things and when people, places, seasons are up in our lives. So, you know, failure is different than quitting, but if you quit, let it be because it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask this. I mean, because you hit that right on the mark, but that's easier for a friendship than it is a relationship.
Absolutely.
Because I know I'm guilty of that. I ain't quitting.
It's sad. Like, we're a lot more lenient in relationships than we are with friendships.
Yeah.
But I think that's for women. I think men, because men, like, they're just different when it comes to their male friendships. Like, I feel like a lot of men, especially these younger men nowadays, they honor their male friendships more and they give more room for their homeboys than they will to a female. I was dating a guy whose friend took his car, stole it basically, had it impounded, and that's still his person. The car, the damage was like $5,000+.
Lord have mercy.
But I rolled up on him nigga 5 a.m. and called him in some mess, and I'm wrong.
Nah,
I don't understand how
That's the new generation. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I don't let nobody drive my car. It's only one of my homies I trust.
Back in the day, you used to let people drive your car. You used to,
because you don't know what's on their record. You don't know what they just did, and half the time you don't even know if the car is insured. Because I've been in that situation. Hey, brother, the car go to the store. Man. Hey, he got the keys. Whoop whoop. What's going on?
That's the worst feeling to get somebody's car and ain't got no insurance.
Girl.
Man, I don't want that problem.
Only good thing is if the car is not in your name, you ain't got to worry about getting locked up.
Yeah.
Take the car.
Yeah. But you know, long gone are the days of riding around with no insurance, man. Ooh. Listen.
You gotta be careful.
Ooh, Lord Jesus.
Like every time I see a police officer, my heart beat. I reach for the insurance paper, like, oh, I'm good. Okay, good.
I got mine on screenshot. Be like, hold up, I'm still valid. Okay, I'm good. Okay. And I gotta not forget, today is National Founders Day. Those J13 Delta ladies. Shout out to them Delta Sigma Theta in the building. Shout out to all my Delta queens. Y'all know what's up.
We rock the thing.
Mm-hmm. They were an affiliation.
Okay.
I'm going to just say this. I have a special love for the Deltas. Had I finished college, I can't say much more than that, but I have a very deep love for the Deltas.
I'll be honest. I wanted to play Q Dog, but I'm afraid of snakes and I don't like purple. But I like everything else that came with them.
You weren't supposed to say that.
My bad.
Oh Lord,
I'm just saying.
They gonna be waiting outside. I mean, but you know, that's something that people do miss out on. So I wish there were more like adult fraternities and sororities that you were able to be a part of.
What if it's like a networking event, like for radio broadcast, it'd be a certain group?
That would be hot. A radio fraternity. I don't know. I don't like people like that.
It started out as a good idea.
I had to think about that one real quick.
I'm just saying, you know.
But listen, you know, I gotta tell you about one of my crazy dating experiences.
Come on with it.
So, first of all,
it's the smack of the teeth for me.
Let me just say this.
Okay.
We all know dating right now is it's not giving what it's supposed to give.
Message.
So I have come up with this thing like, it's like gambling. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be on these dating sites, you got to weed them through, pick them, like swipe. Well, I was scrolling last night and I realized, I don't know if it's because the area I live in, but my whole selection looked like a Mexican cartel line. Raul, Jose. Like I said, I was going to show you, KT, because I'm like, is it just me or like, why am I only
it's
getting
definitely your area?
Why am I only getting Mexican cartel members? Like,
good Lord, did you see
these men look like? Listen, and mind y'all, the first line on my profile is "uglies need not apply." Yeah, I'm talking to you because y'all making me question myself. I'm starting to feel like I'm ugly because it's the audacity.
No, you gotta change your location.
I'm gonna have to.
You like put your location like.
But I'm in Alpharetta. Like what y'all?
Then you change your location to another area because you gotta think about, like you said, it's gonna hit mainly the predominant. Like okay,
that's true.
See, I was out there in the field.
Now I'm scared because I know people in Atlanta.
But that's the thing, you don't pick Atlanta.
I ain't gonna date out of state.
No, you put out of state and say you use the flying plane emoji and then put ATL to show that you just came to ATL. So now you get a new demographic of who you want to be with or who you want to match up with.
Yeah, give me okay, I'm gonna try to switch up my settings.
Cause that's what I did. Like when I wanted to go, you know, shout out Twitter. You know, they blocked my older account now. I just got the notification. I put my whole location in a whole nother state.
Okay.
Because if I put it in Atlanta, and you just so happen to be on Twitter, and I pop up as a new Twitter person or whatever, you gonna click on it, and you're gonna be like, oh, wow, ooh, wow.
Well, all I know is it's just every time I end up having a little bit of conversation with somebody, I'm like, okay, let me just take a chance. Talk to a guy. Great conversation. He hit me with this. Okay, so I just want you to know I'm in a polyamorous relationship. I'm married. I'm like, what? God, if I'm just not gonna have nobody, just say that.
You gotta put it in your bio. No poly. No married men.
That's really what it's coming to.
You have to.
Like I'm seeing now, like you have to be very, very, very specific.
Yes. Because when I was out there and I was looking for women back in the day, if you put in your bio, not looking for, let's just say you say, I'm not looking for a guy in the entertainment business. I'm going to keep strolling. I'm in the entertainment business. You're not looking for me. If you say, I'm not looking for a relationship, a couple. If I'm in a relationship and I'm looking for an extra, I can't pick you because you already told me you're not looking for, you know what I'm saying?
That's
you really have to be specific on what you don't want.
Well, I said no uglies. Why they keep hitting me up?
Because in their mind, they're beautiful.
Ugly?
Yeah, they think they're beautiful.
Man, listen, I got a question, y'all. Do you know if you're ugly or not? Call me 678-439-7419. I really want to know, like, do unattractive people know they're unattractive, or do they, like, because we all are hard on ourselves. Like, this is a real question. Like, it's days when I think I'm ugly, but the people that's ugly, call me. Because I want to know if y'all know y'all ugly. 678-439-7419. We'll be back in a minute, y'all. I need to know.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
We back.
101 TKO Radio.
Come on, try it again.
Yeah.
Nah, you said it like Usher. Yeah. Give me some Lil Jon. Yeah.
I'm trying to embrace my softer side.
Okay.
My
Fine.
mama just texted me, stop saying nigga. I'm gonna say it again because you text me, nigga. My station, you don't pay no bills.
I ain't got
Married.
nothing to do with that, mama.
I don't know why my mom be trying to like text me like she work here. Like, ma'am, you don't work here. You don't run nothing here, Miss Mary. Okay?
Well, with that being said, that I have nothing to do with that, and I would definitely love to take your next plate on any meal that you decide to cook up. Sent by Chelsea.
Hello.
Message.
Let's do it.
All right, so we jumping into these topics, man. Yesterday we had a crazy storm come through the city of
Yes, we
Atlanta.
did, Lord.
I mean, it hit a lot of surrounding areas, Griffin, LaGrange, out here Stonecrest, okay?
Mhm.
And it's been a lot of damages. So for all business owners out there, I hope you guys have your insurance. All my peoples in the apartments have your rentals insurance.
Mhm.
Rentals insurance is just not for when somebody come kick the door in. It's really for these events that we have no control over. And unfortunately, if a tree fall on your apartment, fall on your car, you need to have your insurance so you can make sure you get everything back intact. So
Real talk.
y'all, please get some insurance. That's insurance.
2023, we getting insurance.
Please do. And get some life insurance. I'm tired of seeing all these GoFundMe accounts.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
No disrespect, but if you're going to be out there doing what you're doing, you need to have some money saved up at your mama's house just in case you get, you know what I'm saying?
That's real right there. That's good advice.
Because that don't make sense. We see you guys out here on social media flashing all this money, all these
Ain't got damn benefit.
It ain't got damn benefit.
Ain't damn help. Ain't seen damn doctor.
Not a damn nutter.
In the club, but ain't seen no doctor.
Now,
Every week, and I ain't seen a dentist in 50 years.
Now that makes sense now, because you know a lot of that when they breath be smelling.
That's for real. Like, we have got to take better care of ourselves. Like,
Mhm.
so I'm with you on that. Go ahead.
Nah, for sure. But we about to jump into some. Is it justifiable?
Let's do it.
Okay, so Grammy Award winner, 54-year-old Mark Capps of Tennessee, woke his wife and stepdaughter up with a gun at 4 a.m. and threatened to kill them. The wife and stepdaughter was able to leave the house and run and tell authorities.
And what happened?
Okay. Authorities came back quickly and swiftly with a warrant with the SWAT team. Now, y'all can't see the footage because, you know what I'm saying, we're talking via audio, but y'all can pull this up and go look at the footage, check the 101 TKO website out. But in the footage, the police came to the door. The gentleman opened the door. He had a firearm. The officer, now trying to put your gun down, SWAT.
Mm-hmm.
He closed the door on the phone and they blast.
Through the door.
Through the door.
Okay, to be
You know what I'm
expected.
saying?
Okay.
And at that point, they end up hitting the Grammy Award winner and he ended up dying of his injuries. Now, is that justifiable? They come knocking on your door. You open the door with a weapon.
Wait.
Uh-huh.
Back me up a little
Back
bit.
it up.
So, what's the Grammy? What's his name again?
Mark Capps.
Mark Capps woke his family up.
Yep.
With a gun to their head.
Basically threatening them. Threatening to take their lives.
And they
somehow escaped
and called the SWAT.
No, they went straight to the police department.
So they escaped and went to the police department.
Yep. Police turned around and issued a warrant.
And they went back to the house where he was.
With a SWAT.
Well, that's what you get.
Okay, now I'm not gonna argue that. Because you shouldn't have threatened your family.
You on some other stuff anyway. I'm happy they got out alive. Like, what are you doing? Like, the fact that he was even still there when the cops came, that let me know you were nut.
Not only that, because if you look at the video, it looked like it was in the afternoon. So a lot of hours.
Like daytime hours?
Daytime hours. And my thing is, a person of that statue, I'm pretty sure you got a Ring camera or something. So you see everybody pulling up.
Right.
Why would you go to the door with a firearm?
Probably because you're thinking it's your house and you're defending your house.
Not when I see SWAT. It's one thing if it's just the regular boys in blue. But when I see SWAT.
But this is my thing. When you go and you report report domestic violence, SWAT don't just come out.
That's true.
So this makes me wonder what has been going on to send out SWAT for this guy.
Yeah, exactly. And I believe
this couldn't have been the first time.
Yeah, and that's what I was just about to say. I believe this was like the straw that broke the camel back on this one.
Oh my. So they all came. Yeah, he been doing crazy stuff. And it's been kept on the low. And
Exactly, especially because of his stature, you
And
know.
SWAT don't they do not come for domestic violence. Like
But
there's
he-
got to be
but-
more to that story.
But she might have told them all the firearms he had.
Okay,
Because you gotta think about with that type of money, you probably got some real
That's
artillery
true.
in that house. You
That's
know?
true.
And you know, when I looked at the video, at first I laughed. I ain't gonna hold you because
Okay.
he closed the door on him. You don't want to see nobody close the door, but then when
Let a
boy,
black person try.
girl,
You wouldn't even get to close the door.
and there was just one officer that shot him. Just the officer at the door. Sir, put the gun down. And he said something. He tried to close that door. Oh, by bop, bop. That was it, ladies and gentlemen. Night, night. So, we think it was justifiable because, one, you shouldn't have threatened your family in that manner. If you have relationship issues, go see a counselor. Go see your pastor. Call your mama or your daddy. Or y'all just, you know, when y'all have that type of money, go y'all separate ways. You gonna get a hotel for a couple of days, or you put her and the kid in the hotel. And if y'all can't figure it out, just come to amends and y'all just go y'all separate ways. Stop trying to trap people or make them feel like their lives are in danger because you don't know what you want to do, or you know what they want to do, but you don't accept their reasons behind what they want to do.
Yeah, man. You gotta let people go when they want to go. You gotta
Quit. I think that goes back to what you were saying earlier, knowing when to quit.
Know when to quit.
You gotta
know when to quit. I'm sure she saw something in that situation that could have been a sign. Hey, you need to quit.
Facts.
So I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, I mean the police department.
Rest in peace. You know, it's still unfortunate. You know, the death of anyone, but stop playing with people.
Facts.
Stop.
Is it too early to say, you know, from the little girl perspective, she might be feeling like, baby boy, that ain't my dad anyway?
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
You've been around me too long now.
I'm just saying.
You're not my dad.
You're not my daddy.
All
Alright, on the other news,
What you
okay?
got?
Now we're about to take from Tennessee down to Texas.
What we doing in Texas?
Alright, in Texas, alright, a fatal shooting at the Taqueria restaurant.
The taco place?
The taco spot.
I love tacos. What happened there?
So, unfortunately, well, I'm just going to say because I don't know if it's unfortunate or fortunate. Okay, so we have a mass robber comes in and what appeared to be a handgun in his hand, threatening customers with cash and belongings. When he was getting ready to exit the restaurant, one of the customers that was dining reached in his bag, grabbed his firearm, and let off 4 shots into the robber from behind. Okay. The robber dropped at the door. The customer got up, stood over the robber, and shot him 4 more times. Ultimately dying on the scene.
Yeah.
Now, the robber family now want answers. And this coming straight from the mother. The mother admitted her son was wrong. He has had a trouble, not necessarily childhood, but upbringing in his 20s from, doing jail time and things. And she admit that the guy that shot him was justifiable for shooting him initially. But it was the standing up and walking over to the boy and letting off 4 more shots that is where the issue comes in. Because at that point, does it now become overkill? Because you already shot him 4 times. He's down.
I believe so.
And come to find out, it wasn't even a gun in his hand.
What was it?
It was like a toy. It was like a toy BB gun. So it wasn't even a real gun.
You can stop playing with people, man. Stop playing with people, man.
And now the grand, the courts has got, the legal system have gotten involved and, really now investigating. Because like I said, everybody was cool. And we're not saying this to glorify anyone losing their life. Let me put that out there first. But right is right and wrong is wrong. You come in a restaurant, you steal from people. In so many ways, you have the right to defend yourself and protect those around you. But we must know when enough is enough.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like we said, this man is walking out, his back is to you. You let off 4 shots that hit, not miss, but hit. And he hits the ground. It wasn't like he tried to get up and run. He was down already.
Right.
And then you got up and stood over him and shot 4 more times.
When you stand over somebody and shoot, that is, when it comes down to motive, it's intentional homicide at that point because you are standing over someone. So, yeah, no, I'm not buying that.
Yeah, because, in Georgia, you can't shoot someone in the back. Once they turn their back to you, anything that you do towards them is intent now. And ballistics don't lie. You can say all that, when they turned around and tried to shoot at me, Nah, that bullet gonna tell if they try to turn around because it's gonna come in at a certain angle and wiggle and poop. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, shoot.
I know, right? Like it's crazy. Like I mean, I feel sorry, for the mom because this goes back when we were saying when we talk about the whole takeoff situation that families are waking up to watching their loved ones die before their eyes.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I definitely feel for the mother, and I also respect her stand on accepting her son being wrong. And even in a previous situation that he was guilty by association when someone lost their life, she even apologized to that family, even though her son was just there, but wasn't the one that actually pulled the trigger.
That's major because I don't know if you remember El Paso when the guy went into school and he shot up the elementary school. Yep. When they interviewed his, I think, grandfather or the people that he lived with, they had, I don't want to say they have remorse, but they didn't go as far as to apologize. So that is very big of his mom to absorb that accountability. You know what I'm saying? And it just shows that there are some good parents that are really still out there. Like
facts, and I'm not trying to make this a race war, but he was a young African American, and the guy that shot him was an elderly Caucasian. Oh, so right now, the guy that shot him, they keep his name disclosed, even though his picture and faces everywhere because you're on video. But it's about to really be, I feel like, I pray it doesn't get to an uproar. I hope that they can handle this in silence and the families amongst, take care of everything. But if it becomes public, they can turn this into a race war all over again.
Listen, speaking of race war, we're still in one. I don't know if you saw it, but in the news, Keenan Anderson, rest in peace, a DC charter school teacher, dies after being tased by LAPD over winter break. So give y'all a little feedback here. So he was a teacher, 10th grade teacher. He was visiting Los Angeles. He was a committed educator, father of a 6-year-old son. His death is disturbing, is tragic. So what happened is Keenan Anderson suffered cardiac arrest after being forcibly restrained and repeatedly tased by police following the traffic incident. Keenan is the third person killed by Los Angeles Police Department in 2023, and we're only 12 days into the new year.
I'm gonna be honest. That hurts.
Now, I used to operate from a standpoint of like, okay, that happened over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you think that it's not going to affect you because it didn't happen to somebody that you know directly. But anytime injustice happens to any Black person, it affects us.
Thanks. And I'm a big advocate, especially being an asthmatic patient, you know what I'm saying, and a preemie. I'm very big on being against tasers. And the reason I feel like that, just like how this young man lost his life prior, like maybe like a week prior to the Trayvon Martin situation, I lost one of my homies to the same situation. They got into the police, continued to taser him, and the same thing happened. And people don't realize that, yes, a taser can keep a person alive while detaining whoever they're trying to detain, but you cannot control that voltage that goes to the heart.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So sometimes it's darn near like you better off getting shot that can pull a bullet out and you okay versus sending this electrical shock that once it hit the heart, that's it.
It's a wrap. Yeah. And see, the other interesting thing is they said that when they arrived to the scene, he was seen acting erratic and trying to cross the middle of the street. Police officers, once again, need to be trained on mental health.
Yes.
Even if he didn't have, any mental issues, when somebody's acting erratic, that is not a grounds to tase them. It seems like anytime you disagree with the police, even if they say stand on the left, you say, well, I want to stand on the right, you get tased.
Yep.
So I just want to send prayers out to the families, to the students that are affected by it. Imagine your teacher dying.
Exactly.
Like the kids are seeing this too. Like
and now
it don't matter what age.
And now his son got to grow up without a father.
Man, come on.
And his dad didn't have nothing to do with nothing, but just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Man, listen, this is just another incident that just shows the kind of world that we're living in. And this is why I say things like, make sure your insurance straight. Make sure your registration is straight. It sounds like it's something minor, but those things, it just takes off that pressure. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to actually bring in one of my good friends, Derek, probably one day next week. He works with DeKalb County, and just talk to a police officer and hear from them. You know what I'm saying? Like, What are some things that we can do as Black people from a Black police officer right now in 2023 to, just ensure, being taken care of, being treated as human beings?
And that's all I was just about to ask you, like, from me, from your perspective and also mine, of course, we're not law enforcement, but we have those that we know firsthand accountability that we can put our hands on as law enforcement. When we see things on the news like this, or even in situations where police are in standoffs and things like that, how do you keep your sanity knowing that you know someone that's doing the right thing, that's in it for the right cause, but they're in a real life situation?
I mean, well, first of all, I think that happens everywhere.
Okay.
You can be a doctor and want to heal people, but you're still in the medical field. There is no field in life that is just without some type of darkness, if you will, because we live in a fallen world.
Yes.
So, it don't matter. Police officer, I could be radio. There's some people that don't really want to spread good things, and don't want to talk about good content, don't want to uplift people, that only really want to focus on, the negative. So I think that's everywhere, honestly. Like, it's not just in policing. It can be found anywhere. So it looks like we just got told we need to take a break. So listen, y'all give us a call. Stay locked in. 101 TKR Radio. Don't forget that number, 678-439-7419.
Yeah.
It's my
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
I had to swallow. Sorry. Too soon. Sorry, Mom.
I'm not even gonna touch that. That was too easy. That was too easy. That was like the perfect alley-oop to just y'all. But I ain't gonna really like that.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
You gonna tell me what you got on the menu then?
Listen, y'all. So no, because if I tell them, they're gonna be like, when you say it at the meeting, never mind. Don't worry about what I'm doing.
Don't worry about what I'm doing.
Get somebody else to do it.
Message.
Get somebody else to do it. And if you're watching on video, so. But listen, man, we got some news that just hit the airwaves.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys are keeping up with it, but Kanye West is in the news again. But this time,
Wow.
Kanye has gotten married again, y'all.
Again.
As it turns out, the 45-year-old rapper recently tied the knot with Yeezy architectural designer Bianca Censori, who has worked for the rapper come designer since November of 2020. They got married in a private ceremony.
Wow. What you think about that?
What? What?
Private.
Kanye.
Private.
For somebody who was so mentally unstable, he sure do stay in a lot of relationships, and I'm trying to figure out how come I can't get in one. So I don't. If that proves that there's somebody for everybody, I think that proves that. But my second thing is, I feel like Kanye he's reaching right now, and he's looking for something because I've been watching TikTok, and right now there's this thing going on where North is dressing up like him, and her siblings and cousins are dressing up like him. So it's almost making a mockery of Kanye. And I thought that was interesting, and I wondered to myself, I wonder how he feels seeing his own child, and you know your baby mom. You know how she coming. The child may be doing it innocently, but Kim, we all know Kim with the mess. So I feel like he's just like, man, I feel bad for him sometimes, and then I get upset at him, and then he does stuff like this, and I'm just like, where are you going? What is happening?
I mean, you said reaching, so do you feel like he's just looking for love in all the wrong places?
Well,
because sometimes that's when the people be looking for love, but we don't truly understand that the love that we think is being given is not real love.
I think that it's strategic because she is the designer of his Yeezy architect. Okay. You give the designer, you can get a hand in her bag. And you got somebody who's a designer, so you can come out with your own shoe. You can move differently under her. So I just think that there was some strategy behind that. This ain't even like we've seen him with this chick out and about all the time. And he was just hollering, I love Kim barely a year ago. So if they got married and she's been a designer since 2020. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just had to put that out there because I thought that was extremely interesting. Congratulations, I guess. I hope it works out, I think.
I mean, I hope it do. I mean, it's Kanye.
It's Kanye.
You never know.
You never know.
So we got something else on the menu that just came through the pipeline. The son of Motown legend Marvin Gaye, Marvin Gaye III, is under investigation for assault after he allegedly pointed a gun at his cousin. They got into it in his LA home. He pulled the gun and then left the house in his Corvette. So when the police pulled up, they basically almost like that other situation with this one.
Well, he had sense enough to leave.
Yeah, he had sense enough to leave to get going.
Black people, we gonna run. We gonna wait.
Yeah, we ain't gonna wait.
You ain't come to get me. You
gotta do your job.
You gonna work today. You gonna work for this.
You gonna have to do your job. There was no shots fired. No one was injured as of right now. Relatives say, it was just a simple argument, and police got called out. Weapons were drawn. But right now, Marvin Gaye III is a suspect, but not being, charged with anything. No one was hurt in the household. The neighbors had to let the police know that Marvin wasn't in the house. And the police outside like, Marvin, can you come outside? And I mean, they just going on.
And the neighbors told the police that Marvin was
he gone. You know how that be.
The neighbors is the real MVP. Them the ones like, please tell them I'm not home yet. Yeah.
Because just imagine that. They come knocking on the door, you don't answer. They kick you in the door, destroy your house, Now you got a civil suit against the police department for destroying your house. Just saying.
We got to do better.
Got to do better.
We got, like, and it affected this Marvin Gaye's son. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just saw a man in an old suit. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know. Speaking of drugs and firearms, your boy Meek Mill is in the news. So it turns out Meek has been pardoned of a 2008 drug and firearm charges, saying he's going to do more for the community. This is my question: why do rappers wait until they get in trouble to do stuff for the community? Why? Why do they wait until something happens to their freedom, their rights, and then they want to focus on like? So it was cool to tear down the community until you were put in a position where you needed the community.
Come on now.
To support your music, support you. So
message.
Why do you think rappers wait until? Well, yeah. What do you think?
I mean, honestly, I think it's bigger than just the rappers. I think it's black entertainers all over. We seen Michael Jackson do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When he had his situations going on, then that's when he came back to us for help and support.
Mm-hmm.
We seen OJ do it. You know what I'm saying? When he went through his thing, they want to come back for us for support.
It's a typical PR move.
Yeah, it definitely is. And, like you said, don't wait until the troubles come. Go ahead and be active in the community.
Mm-hmm.
So, God forbid you do end up in trouble. The community is backing you up first.
Unlike Tory Lanez and his father right now, who is speaking on that. But we can get back to that. Go ahead.
Nah, I mean, but it's just being real, and sometimes even the community that you help can be the same ones that's tearing you down.
Absolutely. Listen, I see it happen to our kind all the time. We can help the community, then the minute something goes not their way, not necessarily wrong, but not their way, now you the bad guy.
No, facts. We see it all the time, especially in Atlanta. I remember it was a time where a lot of the entertainers and rappers out there, they was doing stuff for the Christmas drive, Thanksgiving, going back to their hoods, really donating. And the moment they got in a legal situation, they made media news. Everybody tearing them down. But y'all wasn't saying that when they were making shit, a roof was making, took care of over your head.
Yeah.
Kids had food for Thanksgiving, toys for Christmas. But now that they are topic of conversation, you want to put your 2 cents in. Come on now.
Got to do better.
Got to do better.
Got to do better, man.
Like, and you said an old man in the suit. Take a look at this real quick. This Marvin Gaye III.
Lord, if y'all see Marvin Gaye III look like a pack of Newport.
100s.
And a fresh brew. He looked like he'd pull a gun on somebody.
Boy, I mean, he big enough that he don't have to.
He like, he was head and shoulders. But anyway, that ain't my business.
Ain't that OPP? Other people problems.
Shout out to him. What else you got for us?
Man, look, I'm telling you what else I got for you.
What you got?
Love.
Lord, he just said love.
Y'all, we got Valentine's Day coming up. Let's not wait till the last minute, fellas. We bad at that. We'll wait literally the day before and try to go outside and go find a basket.
I'm you know what? I'm the softer side.
Come on.
I may end up with a Valentine's. I don't know who.
Girl, you know you're gonna have your Valentine's. You might not be the one you want.
That's the part right there. I can't get with that. I can't.
You sure?
Yeah, no, I'm not settling this year.
Well, okay, speaking of settling, something that just came back, one of my childhood favorite shows, That 70s Show, has rebooted with That 90s Show.
Really?
Yes, all cast members are coming back.
Wow.
All of them, except one of our favorite, the one that played Hyde. He will not be returning. For all that remember, Hyde is unfortunately, well, I can't even use the term unfortunately because it depends on, once again, how do you look at it? Hyde. Danny Masterson, who played the character Stephen Hyde, due to his legal issues with rape charges and the Scientology thing going on, will not be returning for That 90s Show. But all remaining cast of That 70s Show will be returning. They estimated that he's missing out on a couple of millions of dollars by not returning. And we're talking about cameos. We're not talking about who are active on
just
each
popping
episode.
in a scene, popping in
and out. We're talking about $128,000 an episode.
Man.
Because I promise you, if they pay me $128,000 every episode, I'm there before the cameras get there. I'm going to be there helping the cameras get out. $128,000 just to pop up and say, hey, how you doing? Come on now. And since the show ended, a lot of people don't know Ashton Kutcher, who played Michael Kelso, and Mila Kunis, who played Jackie, which they were dating on the show, they are now married in real life.
Ashton Kutcher?
Yes.
They ended up getting married?
They actually end up getting married.
Okay, then he left Demi.
Yes.
And then got with her. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
And you know, she also played Meg on Family Guy.
She did.
Yep.
I like Mila.
Yeah,
she's on Bad Moms Club too.
Yeah.
I love all those.
You know, and just to add on while we on Ashton Kutcher, a lot of people don't know Ashton Kutcher has a brother that unfortunately, you know, has some health issues going on, and recently came out about his health issues. And Ashton has been greatly supporting his brother. It's crazy because him and his brother look almost like identical twins.
Right, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I think one thing that we need to do as a society and as a whole is let's not forget about those that are misfortune, whether it's mental, whether it's financial, or whether it's physical. Let's try to continue to help uplift one another. Let's try to help be a real good support staff, because you never know what the person next to you got going on. You know, you could have been on set with Ashton Kutcher and think he's the all-time greatest, not knowing he has real trauma at home that he's dealing with.
We all do.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, let's make sure we take a stand and stand for what's right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much negativity.
That's too much.
Not enough positivity going on, okay? Not enough. Like, whoo, somebody help me. Fan me. Give me one of the fans in church.
Fan them real quick. Fan them in church.
You know what I'm saying? And
speaking of church,
no, come on,
I was watching the news yesterday, and there was a church in DeKalb County that got robbed of up to $10,000 in equipment.
What?
So some robbers broke into the church. I'm not going to say the location is, but this church has been around the community for over a decade.
Okay.
And so the female pastor was on the news speaking on it, and I was like, you know, you got to really be in a low place to rob a church like that. And when I saw it was in DeKalb County, it really broke my heart, because, you know, I'm from DeKalb County, so I'm like, this is home for me. So what's really going on out there in the community when you breaking in God's house? I'd be too scared to do that. I'd rather steal from a pawn shop.
Message.
When I'm in God's house stealing, you might as well just sit on down.
But it's like the pastor said when they asked, will a man rob God of their tithes? And he will. So this is just another example, except in a more physical manner. It's something that you can see and know. And, you know, like I said, for that church to be around for so long and probably done great things for the community and really helped change a lot of people's lives, whoever was the ones that committed that crime, it ain't gonna be good when God come back home.
So let me ask you this.
Talk to me.
Say you at home chilling.
Wow.
Your homeboy roll up. And he got all this new equipment.
It's crazy because I got one of them partners like that. And the first thing I'm gonna ask,
and you find out he stole from the church, what you doing?
Bro, you gotta go the other way, my boy.
Okay.
You gotta go the other way, my boy. It's one thing if you would have took from a school. It would have been one thing if you took some juices from the daycare. Well, bro, you robbed God, man.
You stole from the church.
I can't condone it.
No.
That's just like if he took the tithes money and brought it to me and said, bro, I came up on the bag and I'm starting counting. I'm like, yeah, bro, so where the money come from? Oh man, I got this out of church. What?
You stole it from church. How come people got morals when it comes like you steal from something, but you won't steal? Like, we got our morals as Black people are so funny sometimes. Like, we have bad, but I ain't that bad. Like,
Nah, facts.
I steal from the government.
Nah, facts.
PPP. But I'm not stealing from church. What is God see it all?
You right, but to just disrespect him directly.
A sin is a sin.
You right, but it's some sins that, you know what I'm saying?
But realistically, though, a sin is a sin.
That's true.
And even in talking about it, it's funny because even though I'm like, you got to be in a really bad position to rob a church, the truth is a sin is still a sin, and it's just as equally deserving as God's grace as any other sin.
That's true in God's eyes,
but you still trifling.
But to the people's eyes,
you a little more trifling,
you trifling, my boy. Like, and I give you another real life example. I was in 10th grade before I really, start, touching my trees.
Okay.
I'm outside the bus stop, I'm from College Park. I'm out there in UNC. So homeboy like, hey bro, I got some new wedding name. So I'm like, all right, cool. So he passed it to me. You know what I'm saying? I hit it once or twice. And in my mind, I'm like, all right, I don't really feel nothing, but maybe. But I see some words because he set it up in paper. So one of the homies like, yo, bro, why it smell like that? This man said on my daughter, on my grandmother, this man said, I wrote it up in the Bible paper. When I tell you, we was about to jump the boy before we went to school.
Now, wait a minute.
Yes,
Let's think about this.
Yes, come on now.
Now, you know the story in the Bible, Moses and the burning bush. I have always been a believer that the burning bush was Kush. Tell you why.
Wow.
It said the bush was burning, but it wasn't on fire.
Okay.
What happens when you light it up? It's not on fire, but
it burns.
But it's burning.
Uh-huh.
He got inspired. He was in a higher place talking to God. Look, please don't strike me down for saying this. I'm just trying to but I'm just saying, I think that it was definitely a part. Like, so I'm just curious, what happens if I smoke the word of God?
I can tell
My
you.
mama gonna kill me.
Exactly. Your mama gonna kill you. My mama got nothing to do with this, okay?
But you know what though? All jokes aside, that is still disrespectful to God's word.
Exactly.
Because I was thinking last night, I was like, you know what? In my own prayer time, I'd be like, God, you know, words are very, very powerful.
Thanks.
So if someone writes you a love letter and you don't take the time to read it, that's messed up.
Yeah.
That's how I think about the Bible. Like, this is what God said. Okay, this is what you got for me. So for you to burn it in that way,
yes.
Like, nah, you just don't like, no, that's disrespectful. Like, as a human being.
Yeah.
It's some blank pages in there. Use the blank one.
Use the blank one.
Nah, he chose one with words on it.
He should use.
Yeah, we beat him up after that.
Wow, but why would you do that though?
He was one of them. He was on the other side. He was one of those guys.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. He was. You know what I'm saying, a non-believer. But I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? I just walked outside.
You know, it's some things that black people we just don't do, like saying GD. I might say it was a cuss word, but I ain't saying that one.
I'm guilty. Guilty as charged.
I mean, one time my mom told me, don't joke with Jesus. I said something and I ended up joking. And the next week I got in a car accident.
Oh.
So I don't play with certain things.
Nah, I feel you on that. Because that whole day I had a headache. And I didn't touch no trees until my senior year.
You sure you just didn't eat?
No, for sure. It was that. It was the paper. It was the word. He had us burning the word. The word came back.
I'm done.
Real talk.
It amazes me the crazy thing you do as a kid. Listen, we got a few more minutes. When we come back, we're going to wrap this thing up. Y'all still got time to call in. Let us know what your weekend plans are. Are you bundled in? Are you getting out? I don't know. It's supposed to be cold tonight. We're going to find out when we come back. We might just have Julie on air do the weather. We'll be back. That's so big.
3,
I'm a Georgia boy.
2, 1.
Well, let's see, radio. We are back in the building.
Yeah. I wish I could see Chelsea right now. I wish I could see her the way I see her.
You know how when little kids eat, they be like just moving around.
Can't sit still.
They be happy as hell. That's how I feel right now. My feet is wiggling up.
If y'all would have seen her beforehand, she was just here. Now she's excited. She's reactive. Look at her. I'm
You know, on a date one time trying to be sexy now, how you grab a straw in your mouth? Yeah, it went up my nose and that was bad. Okay. So,
hold on, I got a question though. Did you get the drink from your nose?
no, but I went.
Okay.
I did that. I say that was what happened. But listen, it's the weekend, man.
Yes.
It's a beautiful weekend is ahead of us. A cold weekend is ahead of us. What you got planned this weekend?
I'm just cuddling and going to church. That's it.
You gotta rub it in for those of us that aren't cuddling.
No, you can do one too. You want to borrow one of my dogs? I got 2 on.
I don't want them dogs. I've seen your dogs. Your dogs are unruly.
That you know they definitely come from a black family.
I'm thinking about getting a cat.
No, I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
Because and I had this happen to me with my cat.
What happened?
Okay, when you piss them off, they like to go in your bathroom and tear up the shower curtains. They like to go underneath the cabinet and throw everything out because they mad. And don't let them really get pissed off at you and you knocked out sleep and they take a poop on the bed right on the other side. No, that's how I kick my cat out. 4:36 in the morning. She ain't been back since. I don't play that. No. Straight cats.
I'm calling pet services. They
Peter.
look at you right now.
Peter.
I'm calling Peter right now.
I got out the street, so I just returned to home.
Well, I'm gonna get something because I'm like a little dog or something. But dogs are expensive, man. Like those little teacup Yorkies. Because I want one I can bring to the station, like a little purse dog. But
what about them little monkeys? My old lady mom trying to get her one of them little monkeys, little tiny monkeys.
yeah, those are expensive.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
What I like getting a monkey? I got enough of them in Atlanta. My dating life is full of monkeys. Nah, man. But this weekend, I ain't got too many plans. We got training with our interns tomorrow. They're doing a great job.
Shout out to the interns
Shout out
out
to the
there.
interns, Tay and Jordy and Crystal as well. New Blackwater. They actually have some things going on in Gossip Lounge tonight on Memorial Drive.
Okay.
So if you're on the east side, definitely check them out. Myself, I'm of course on this whole yoga kick, so I will be trying to find a Friday night yoga class. And then of course, you know, all the rest of the shows coming through. And then somebody said that I might be back on air for a special edition show Sunday night.
Okay.
Showing my softer side.
Putting the love zone.
Now I look forward to that one.
With that being said, man, we finna get on up out of here. Any last words?
Yeah, man, y'all be safe out there. Love your family. And tell your kids you love them. Because a lot of y'all don't tell y'all kids you love them. Tell your child you love them. You know you know.
Tell them you love them. And I got your CEO minute of the day.
Okay.
So I hope this makes sense to y'all. When you heal the place where the scab was, after the scab is gone, it's not just healed, but notice the texture is softer there. Your softer side comes after the pain heals. Trust the process.
God, that's good all the time.
Listen, y'all stay locked in. We got a match with the Smoke Show coming up all the way from Baltimore. Cheering
Shout out
in.
DMP.
Cheering in. It's R&B Fridays, man. Make sure y'all call in 678-439-7419. KT, you ready to bounce?
Let's do it. It's your boy KT.
It's your girl, I am Chelsea Speaks, and
And
you're
we
tuned
are
to
the LunchBox.
Lunch.